piace rosso, è solo Derby Blu.
Mi piace rosso.
Il lunedì è un giorno difficile? Non su Tele, che ti offre una serata esclusiva con le grandi prime visioni del cinema mondiale. Tutti i titoli internazionali di maggior successo e le pellicole italiane più attese per una notte di grande cinema con il massimo della qualità. E dopo il film, la voce, le storie e le parole di chi fa il cinema. Protagonisti.
Thank you. Excellent.
Ogni lunedì comincia lo spettacolo dalle 21 su Tele Bianco.
Il protagonista di oggi non è un regista, non è un attore, forse non è neppure un essere umano, è un autentico mito. Come Che Guevara e James Dean, il nostro protagonista è morto 30 anni fa, ma continua a vivere nell'immaginario collettivo delle generazioni che vanno e vengono. Stiamo parlando di Jim Morrison, il cantante dei Doors, morto a Parigi e sepolto al cimitero Père Lachaise, divenuto da allora meta di pellegrinaggio per i giovani provenienti da tutto il mondo. Ma Jim Morrison, per chi non lo sapesse, si dedicò alla musica per puro caso. La sua passione in realtà era il cinema.
Questo mondo è voglia di potere e non c'è nient'altro.
Molto pretenzioso, Jim. Non è facile da seguire, anche un po' incoerente. Orsi ballerini, nazismo, masturbazione. E dopo che farai? Voi che ne pensate?
Noiosissimo, non mi è piaciuto.
Sempre meglio che un film di Andy Warhol. Non c'è.
Scrisse una sceneggiatura divenuta poi un poema, The Celebration of the Lizard, e studiò per diventare regista presso la celebre UCLA di Los Angeles, dove incontrò Ray Manzarek, e insieme decisero quasi per gioco di mettere su un gruppo rock chiamato The Doors. Pochi giorni prima di morire, Jim Morrison annunciò che avrebbe abbandonato la musica per il cinema. Ma ciò che resta di lui sullo schermo, oltre alle registrazioni dei suoi leggendari concerti, è soltanto l'infernale film di Oliver Stone, The Doors, interpretato dal suo replicante Val Kilmer e ripudiato dai suoi compagni, a cominciare da Ray Manzarek.
Sei fantastico. Hai idea del potenziale di queste foto? Una sola immagine controlla milioni di persone.
Dove sono i Doors?
Guarda me. Dimentica i Doors. È te che vogliono. Tu sei i Doors. Coraggio. Sì, bene, sì, brutto. Ah, superbo. Qualunque cosa. Qui non ci sono restrizioni.
Quest'estate, in occasione del 30° anniversario della scomparsa di Jim Morrison, al cimitero Père Lachaise di Parigi è stata celebrata quella che si potrebbe definire la prima grande cerimonia religiosa della cultura rock. Ce la racconta nel documentario che state per vedere un'inviata d'eccezione, l'attrice e regista Francesca Daloia, già interprete del Bagno Turco di Ferzan Özpetek e autrice di importanti documentari.
Back there in seminary school, there was a person there who put forth the proposition that you can petition the Lord with prayer. Petition the Lord with prayer. Petition the Lord with prayer. You cannot petition the Lord with prayer!
Days are bright and filled with pain. Enclose me in your gentle rain. The time you ran was too insane. We'll meet again. We'll meet again.
Quel âge as-tu? Tu es très jeune. 15. 15. Et pourquoi tu es là? Parce que tu aimes sa musique. Et on t'a déjà dit que tu lui ressembles beaucoup?
Ça, on m'a déjà dit oui.
Ça te fait plaisir, non? This is forever.
Yes.
Forever.
Why?
Why?
Yeah. Where are you from?
Munich.
Munich. And so why? Why this tattoo?
It's a wedding tattoo.
It's a wedding tattoo.
Yeah.
Allora, immagino siete qua per Jim Morrison.
Sì. Io per Oscar Wilde.
Bravo.
Non me ne frega un tubo di Morrison.
Non ti importa niente,
No,
però
perché...
sei lì, sei andato comunque a vedere.
Per curiosità, tanto così, ma niente di particolare.
Perché non ti piace Jim Morrison?
No, perché era uno troppo fuori di testa proprio. Non aveva le come si dice, le rotelle al posto. Non ha dato un buon esempio per i giovani.
Insomma, di Jim Morrison non me ne frega niente.
No, io sono venuto per Jim Morrison, ma anche per un altro motivo.
E qual è?
La mia ex ragazza, ci dovevamo incontrare qua proprio.
C'est parfait. Dis-moi, pourquoi tu es là? Ah, j'imagine pourquoi.
Pour Jim Morrison.
Tu l'aimes en quel sens? Comme musicien, comme chanteur, comme poète, comme homme, comme quoi?
Comme poète, chanteur, musicien. Grâce à lui, j'écris de la poésie.
Ah oui?
Ouais.
Bon. Et donc c'est émouvant aujourd'hui pour toi.
Ah bah ouais, et puis surtout le nombre de gens, quoi.
Le nombre de gens. Tu penses qu'il y a assez de gens pour lui, ou bien tu t'attendais à plus de gens, ou bien...
Oh je sais qu'au cours de la journée, il va bien défiler 10 000 personnes ici.
Tu penses? 10 000 personnes.
10 000 personnes, ouais.
Ah bon,
Ray Manzarek avait lancé le chiffre 50 000 pour chauffer un peu.
Il va arriver, tu sais maintenant, il arrive.
J'espère.
Thank you very much for doing it. Thanks. I know that Jim thanks you for being such great fans and for loving him as an artist, a poet, as Dionysus, as the wildest rock star on the planet. Jim is definitely here with us. All of these people understand Jim Morrison, understand the Doors music, and they came today to pay their respects to what they consider to be a great poet, a great artist. You have to acknowledge the other side of the coin too, the dark side. The yin-yang symbol is light and dark, light merging into dark, dark merging into light. That's what the Doors try to do, to take the joy of music, the rhythm, the excitement, the solos in Light My Fire, and incredibly joyous and building and orgasmic and sexual. And then Jim also says on top of that, the time to hesitate is through, no time to wallow in the mire.
Try now, we can only lose, and our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire.
We're the universal one. We'll be back, if you want to believe that, or we go into the energy and our love. Speaking of love, Morrison speaking of love, our love becomes a funeral pyre, burning up, blazing with heat, blazing with love and light, just burning up into the cosmos. And people today, these people understand all of that. They understand it, they feel it, they empathize with it, and that's why everyone was here at the grave today, at Jim's grave. And I want to thank all of you people for being there, all of you who were there.
It's really overwhelming.
Vada su di lui.
Fai vedere, fai vedere? Bello, bellissimo.
Brava.
È il secondo perché ho pure quello di Robby Crane.
Come ti chiami?
Giulia.
Giulia. Di dove sei?
Roma.
Roma. Sei venuta apposta?
So that's the story. Is he still alive? If he was alive, would I tell you? If he was alive, do you think I'd be here? You know, celebrating his 30th anniversary of his disappearance. There is no definitive answer. You know, I got a phone call in Los Angeles. The phone call said Jim Morrison is dead. You know, I'm not going to Paris to check out some silly rumor like that. You know, forget it. He said, well, I got a flight. I said, all right, go to Paris, check it out, and make sure. Just make sure. 3-4 days later, he called me and said they buried the coffin in Père Lachaise Cemetery. And I said, you mean it's true? He said, yes, I'm afraid it is. And I said, what happened? He said, well, the death certificate says, I think, something in French about his heart stopped. And I said, well, yeah, I know that his heart, of course, he's dead, his heart stopped. Was he hit by a car? You know? Did something fall on him? Did he fall out of a window? God forbid, was he get in a fight? Did he get in a fight? Was he murdered? And Wilson said, I don't know what happened. I said, well, how did he look? He said, I don't know how he looked. I never saw the body. And at that point, it was time out, Bill. You buried a coffin. He said it was a sealed coffin. And I said, you buried that sealed coffin in Père Lachaise Cemetery? He said, yes, that's right. I said, you never saw Jim Morrison dead? He said, he's in there. I know he was in there. It was weird. It was weird. The whole atmosphere was weird. So that's the story. I'll tell you what he died of: excess. That's what killed Jim Morrison. A little bit too much of all of it. We said, Jim, you're drinking too much, man. It's starting to affect you physically. It wasn't affecting his art. Still, his poetry was great. He was always able to perform 95% of the time, 5% of the time. He was, whoa, that man's out of control. Get him off the stage. All we can say is, it's ruining your body. You're hurting yourself. You're not looking as healthy now as you did, you know, when we first put
a year ago.
A year ago. And Jim, you know, very sheepishly looked at us and said, I know, I'm drinking too much. I'm trying to quit.
twice today. I met you time, girl. I'm gone away. Love me 2 times, girl. One for tomorrow, one just for today. Love me 2 times, I'm gone away. Love me 1 time, do not speak. Love me 1 time, yeah, my knees got weak. Love me 2 times, girl. Last me all through the week. Love me 2 times, I'm gone away. Love me 2 times, babe. Love me twice today. Love me 2 times, babe. 'Cause I'm gone away. Love me 2 times, girl. One for tomorrow, one just for today. Love me 2 times, I'm gone away. Love me 2 times, I'm gone away. Love me 2 times, I'm gone away.
Timothy Leary was important, and Carl Jung was important. Joseph Hoffman's writings on LSD were important. And Aldous Huxley has gone down on mescaline, you know, the doors of perception. How many people have feel that they have opened the doors of perception? Okay, for those of you who haven't opened the doors of perception, I can't advocate, because in America, if you advocate taking a hallucinogenic, I don't know, George Bush can arrest you or something. But I recommend, I don't advocate, I recommend at some point in your life, ingesting, mushrooms and LSD or peyote or something. Go out into nature, don't do it as a party situation. Go out to nature, go out by, on grass, by a tree, out by a lake, by the river, and, swallow. Sit there quietly. You heads, you bunch of heads, sit there quietly and let it take over and open the doors of perception. Open the door in your heart, open the doors in your mind, and feel yourself as one with the planet. Feel the God within you.
People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down.
Says that Jim was the best poet of his generation. I like to think baked Jim on that rooftop of Dennis Jacobs after we graduated. Jim was going to go to New York, but instead stayed in Los Angeles, writing songs on that rooftop, dropping acid. And I think that Indian baked him until he was ready. He put him in the alembic, in the alchemical fire, and created that new American Indian, that white American Indian, that synthesis of the two. And at that middle point of July, 1965, they were up there on that rooftop, looking out, and I was about a half mile away on the beach, facing, I was to the north, and I was to the south. Jim could have come down and gone to the left, gone south towards the Venice Pier, but instead he came down and began to move right, move north, up towards where I was sitting. And I believe that Indian up on that rooftop said, Hey, let's take a walk. Let's take a walk. There's somebody I want you to meet. You've got the vision. You've got the vision, boy. You've got the vision. You're a white American, and you can bring the Indians' vision of what the earth is all about to the young white Americans. We'll save this planet. We'll save our mother. But you're going to need some help. You could do it as a poet, but you're going to reach 25 people. You could do it as a rock star, and you're going to reach 25 million people.
Jim once said,
let's go down the stairs, man, and take a walk. There's a guy sitting over there. I think he's going to be able to help you.
Ma siete venuti apposta per questa cosa o siete qui per...
questa cosa.
Sì, da dove?
Da Padova.
Da
Siamo
Padova.
partiti col furgone, caricato dietro la Vespetta.
Sì.
Materassino gonfiabile, dormito ieri notte sotto l'Arc de Triomphe e stanotte sotto la Torre Eiffel, perché logicamente più si risparmia meglio è. E lasciato la moglie a casa solo per venire a vedere.
Perché lei non ama Jim?
Non quanto me.
Non quanto te.
Non quanto me.
Ma ieri sei venuto qui?
Ieri siamo venuti qua.
Avete fatto tutto il giro?
Tutto il giro, siamo andati al cimitero, dopo la sera siamo andati al teatro.
Sì.
Spettacolo fantastico.
Alle Bouffe du Nord?
Esattamente.
Sì, bello, bellissimo.
Proprio quando ho suonato Riders on the Storms, lacrime agli occhi logicamente, perché sono...
Ma ti sono piaciute queste, ti è piaciuto questo tributo che hanno fatto qui a Parigi o hai sentito qualcosa di stonato?
Secondo me mancava la presenza di Densmore e di Krieger, perché si sentiva.
Ti è piaciuto Manzarek, quello che ha detto?
Sì. Soprattutto mi è piaciuto la parte in cui raccontava l'intrigarsi tra la realtà indiana che aveva Jim all'interno della sua anima con il fatto che lui era un bianco e ha fatto sì che si fossero incontrati quella mattina in spiaggia.
Lo sciamano.
Esattamente.
Can you picture what will be so limitless and free, desperately in need of some stranger's hand in a desperate and all the children are insane. All the children are insane. Waiting for the summer rain, This is the
Tutta la magia del grande schermo, con le più grandi firme del cinema. A ottobre, su Tele, l'ironia di Robert Altman e il fascino di Richard Gere. Il dottor T e le donne. Al Pacino, in un film di Oliver Stone, ogni maledetta domenica.
Silenzio, adesso basta!
Il colossal europeo di Luc Besson.
Attacchiamo, qui.
Giovanna d'Arco. Tutta la simpatia di Bruce Willis.
Ci conosciamo? No.
E Matthew Perry. FBI, protezione testimoni.
A te piace il cinema?
Palma d'oro a Cannes per Lars von Trier e Bjork. Dancer in the Dark. Anche a ottobre c'è sempre un grande film su Tele.
Mi chiamo Lester Burnham. Questo è il mio quartiere. Questa è la mia strada. Questa è la mia vita. Ho 42 anni. Fra meno di un anno sarò morto.
She stood